Oh, let's get busy. Peace. Peace to everybody that's tuning in to the Dribble. I got a special episode here. I've been waiting to do this. I have to complete the prophecy. You know what I'm saying? I've been running through all of these lyrical titans from the West Coast, man, and you were someone who was eluding me. Now, I really, really appreciate Mr. CR for putting us together.
Tash,
Tash, welcome to Gully TV.
glad to be here. Shout out CR and the West Coast Creations.
No doubt.
That's my peoples.
Man, I got so many questions to ask you. So how about we go? I have to say this before we begin this. The first time I ever heard of the Alkaholiks, I didn't take it serious at all. I'm gonna tell you why. First time I ever heard of the Alkaholiks, a drunk nigga told me. He was a drunk nigga, drunk backpacker, devout hip hop head, but he one of them 40-ounce backpack drinking niggas.
Where was you at? You was in New York?
On the East Coast now. We in Pennsylvania. My man Marcus Davis, MD. Shout out to MD.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? My man MD.
He
So he
knows
telling
that.
me, who he listened to. This in the early 90s. Telling me who he listening to. And he mentioned the Alkaholiks, and I'm looking at this nigga because he want a drunk 40-ounce drinking niggas and
Yeah.
shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
So boom, right?
Shout out Marcus.
MD. Yeah.
I might not be here on the show if it wasn't for you, my nigga. That's what's up.
Yeah, MD brought you to the table, and MD his track record and his suggestions, they were always accurate.
Mhm.
So again, I didn't hear much from you. It wasn't. This was in the gangster rap era. This is
Mhm.
when like Sibo and Spice One and them niggas is
Mhm.
still dominating. But MD listened to what you would call backpack music. I said he was a backpack.
Right.
So does that fit the description? Were you categorized in that backpack category?
We got put into that category, but we weren't necessarily backpackers though.
I seen that on the Rap Life video.
Because the whole thing is that Rap Life came way later though. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? But the whole thing is that we got put into the game before we got put into the game. We E Swift from the Alcoholics, he got a job, you know what I'm saying? I was living with him and his pops and everything. We was rapping and shit, you know what I'm saying? We was like Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. It was just Tash and Swift, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And he got a job DJing for King T. We was young as shit, you know what I'm saying? So that right there catapulted us into the cool crowd because King T was cracking right now, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, LA, he had the whole world on fire. He was going overseas and shit. And Ice-T kind of co-signed that whole shit.
Yeah.
So we was just running at an early age, just all through like, parties and
So you from the King T umbrella.
The what? Yeah, King T umbrella. That's who put us in the game.
And King T would be categorized as gangster music, right?
Yeah, definitely. They say he's not the inventor, but he was the first one to really make some noise, I guess, on the West Coast.
Okay.
Other than Ice-T. Ice-T was the pioneer for the gangster shit.
On the West Coast.
On the West Coast.
Right.
I know you're gonna say Schoolie D.
I believe that to be accurate. Nah, I know the history on the West Coast. You on time.
Right. And then but that whole, like, we was the hype man for King T, E Swift was the DJ and everything. So we was doing, parties, you know what I'm saying? We was doing gangster parties pretty much. And, when it came to our lane and shit, King T was our boy, so he would bring that crowd to our shit, you know what I'm saying? But that's what I'm saying. Like we didn't really run with we did though. I guess the backpack would be the fit, you know what I'm saying? We didn't.
So did you aspire to be a rapper, or the fact that y'all had the relationship with King T put you in a situation where you was like, I can do this?
Nah, I was rapping way before I met King T.
Okay.
But shout out to King T too. He was like the first, him and Ice-T was the first people that was really on.
Yeah.
That really showed interest, you know what I'm saying? And we came out on King T's first single for his I want to say the Trifling album. I think it was a Trifling album.
Okay.
And he had a choice to put us. He went to his record label, Capitol Records, and everything, and said, "I got this crew." And that's back when everybody was, IT had the Rhyme Syndicate, and these people had, this person had this group, crew or whatever. And King T went to Capitol Records and said, I got this crew and they dope. And I want the first single to be with them so it brings shine to them. You know what I'm saying? So that's I Got It Bad. So instead of him putting a spotlight on himself for the first single, he put the spotlight on the Alkaholiks, and we got a deal right after that. You know what I'm saying? With Loud.
Okay.
A New York-based label with Steve Rifkin and all that. So
now, how did y'all get the moniker, the Alkaholiks? How did that come into play?
Very interesting.
It's not like that was some clever shit to say, like alcoholics, like niggas. I just told you about Marcus Davis.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, King T came up with that. He he wanted to call the group because before that we was I don't even want to say the name. It was called ESP, the Everyday Street Poets.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we ran with that. We didn't get no action with that. Like, it was just house party rockers, though. Like, people knew the words of the songs and shit because we said the same shit every party. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And all this. And then, like I said, King T came into the picture and he took us under his wing. And, it was from that point on, it was King T and the Alkaholiks. And then we formed the Liquid Crew. And then came, the Four Eyes, the Exhibits, the Mad Libs, the Loop Pack.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
that's the era that I got real familiar with you. By then, y'all was in magazines and shit like that.
Yeah, we doing all that shit.
So, what did y'all do to get signed to Loud?
To get signed with Loud, I think the story goes. I know that Fabian Duvernay, we called him Fade, knew Steve Rifkin. I think he was already working at Loud because we was in the studio with this group called Madcap. And they was technically, I think, the first group that was on Loud. I think.
Okay.
But we went to the studio session where we knew them. That's from Pasadena. Shout out Joe and Coke and all them. And what we did was went to the studio, and Faye was at the studio, and he was telling us about this deal he got with Loud Records. He works at Loud Records. He got this deal for Madcap and this and that. And we just played our demo in the studio. But when you in the studio, you hear on the big ass speakers and shit.
Yeah.
It blew him away. And he said, man, I got to take this to the boss. And I was Steve Rifkin. Took it to Steve. And then shortly after that, I used to drink a lot. So, a lot of shit. Like, I always tell people I don't remember shit past Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? But I remember distinctly that we signed real quick. We met him. He heard it. And boom, it was on. Like, he scooped us up. Like,
Was that a part of the Alkaholiks image, drinking?
Yeah, that was
it's
a
the 40-ounce era and shit.
Like, yes, it was like we was like, it was all fun to us though. You know what I mean? It was more like it wasn't a gimmick, but it was more like.
No, I just wanted to know, was it real? Was that?
Yeah, we party like the Black Beastie Boys.
Okay.
So that's what we did. And, we got the footage. Like, it was before cell phone cameras and shit. But they got we coming out with this documentary. Y'all gonna trip. Like,
no doubt.
We drank a lot, and it was all a part of the fans used to, they used to love us to spray beer on them and shit.
Right.
And, we had a lot of white fans.
I picked up on all of it.
We didn't do it to the wrong crowd, but no, we did it to everybody. Now think about it, we sprayed beer. Yep.
What year was that y'all got signed to Loud?
I think our first record came out in '93, so probably '92. It was real quick. It was like real quick. We signed, boom, then.
So y'all was there before Wu-Tang Clan?
Right before.
Right before the Wu.
It felt like it was the same time period because it was so quick. You know what I'm saying? It was like we was gearing up for our first release or whatever it was.
Right.
And then they signed them, and then that's what we got familiar with us because they put us on a like we was all just brand new to the game. You know what I'm saying? So they put us on this bullshit, like they call it a promotional tour.
Right.
So you're going out for like 30 dates and you ain't getting paid for nothing. You ain't getting paid for no dates. All you can do is sell merch and hustle and shit.
Yeah.
Do features and shit. But they put us in the Wu-Tang Clan on the same tour. So that was their first tour, I believe, and that was our first tour. So, we got to know them dudes real,
Yeah.
I knew all about the Method Man working at Statue of Liberty and shit way before the documentary and all that.
Right.
But, shout out to the Wu-Tang, because I ain't gonna lie to you, like they considered now as, like, would you say the biggest group ever?
Yeah, I would agree with that, yeah.
And I watched it from us freestyling in the back of the van to, you know what I'm saying, to where they at now.
Right.
And shit. And that's what shot them out, man. Like,
When
Cool
you
dude.
first encountered them, and y'all got wind that y'all was label mates with a rap group that had 10 members, was that
I heard the demo, so I was already a fan. You know what I'm saying?
right?
Like I just said, it's gotta, I just tripped because there was so many of them, you know. But the dope part is that everybody sounded different. Like it wasn't
Yeah,
like like some groups that you could tell they hang around a lot. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like not like that, but like EPMD. You know what I'm saying? It's cohesive because they rap similar. You know what I'm saying? Not the same, but similar.
right,
But they was all different. You had Old Dirty. That was the craziest shit we ever heard. You know what I'm saying? At the time, that was the craziest shit we ever heard. And it just it skyrocketed. It was like they was out the gate. They was popping. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Even on the tours and shit like that. They had to figure some shit out because early on,
Yeah,
there was 10 of them and there's only like 3 mics on the stage, so they had to figure out who to pass the shit to with all this.
okay,
But it was definitely an experience, man. It was dope though. Just I was there. That's what tripped me out.
right.
I'm like the Forrest Gump of this shit, man.
So that would being label mates with the Wu back then, that would probably. Oh yeah, you said y'all was touring together and shit.
Mhm.
So you was able to develop a great relationship with Raekwon,
Yeah, Raekwon's
and that's how Rap Life came to light. Is that how that was birthed?
yeah, but I think it was because we was on the same label. I think it
Yeah,
was an idea and what I wanted to do with that song. Like basically, I had this whole other song that I was gonna drop by myself. You know what I'm saying? With nobody, no features, no nothing like that. And it was the same beat, the Snoop and I think Exhibit on it. The what's the name of the song? It's don't don't. I can't remember the name of it. Next episode, I can't remember. But anyway, they had
okay.
the same beat, so we had to think of a backup plan immediately. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a couple calls and shit, and they hit him up, and he was with it. And we shot the video in LA, and I co-directed the video. Um, the whole shit with the sharks and all that, and the
Yeah,
days on the
yeah. Hold
lawnmower.
on, man.
that
Listen,
was all.
hold on.
That
Listen.
was all. I ain't get no co-director.
We
I ain't
gotta
get no
talk about all that.
co-director shit, but
Listen, right? What was the budget for that video? I watched it recently.
that's what videos used to hit, man. Like they used to hit you. I think that shit was like 200,000. No, 120,000, some shit. I forgot. But Chris Robinson did that, but he was doing movies at the time.
Yeah,
So, um, this is back before I was naive. I didn't realize all that shit come out your budget. You know what I'm saying? You got to
right.
recoup it and all this. So all the ideas I thought of,
Nah, I
I
think it
wanted
was
to buy.
worth. It was worth it. It was worth it.
But
Fuck that budget.
but it was like you had to watch it back then because just like that little shark that you seen, the
Yeah,
great white in the pool.
that was a real shark.
No, hell no. But that was like that's what I asked you. I said I want to get a scene where I got a shark in my swimming pool in the backyard and all that
Right,
shit. I didn't know that shit was gonna cost me 15,000. You know what I'm
right.
saying? They got some fake shark from like Universal Studios or
Yeah,
somewhere and pulled up with this big ass semi rig and shit.
yeah.
And all this shit. And I never even questioned how much it cost or no shit like that. But that shit was in the video. If you blink, you missed the motherfucker, man.
Yeah.
But that's 15 more thousand I had to pay back. You know what I'm saying? So, I wasn't thinking budgets and shit.
So Chris Robinson really had a fucking tractor with Dayton's on it.
Nah, that was me.
Y'all went and got a fucking tractor and put Dayton's
No,
on it.
yes, it just happened that days and shit. They got the the knockoff ears and shit and all
Yeah,
that, and it's like you just put it on. And it got the lug and
yeah.
shit. That shit fit perfect on the. It was just a
Oh, that
coincidence.
shit was
I had a
cold.
homeboy, Mexican homeboy with some Dayton's. Shit, we had the shit already rented
Right,
for the video,
right.
and I said I wanted because I saw the shit,
Yeah.
and we popped the motherfucker off and popped that motherfucker right back on it. And that's what I think that scene right there really set it off for LA. You know what I'm saying?
What?
Because we was known for the days. They said,
What?
who the fuck is like
What?
the,
That shit
the
was
days of the
crazy,
Lavo?
man.
That was a
So that was a
historic.
pivotal. That was a pivotal ingredient in
Yeah.
establishing y'all point. Your
But
point.
Chris Robinson really just the tractor. So shout out Chris Robinson. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah.
The song. There was a point. Y'all was trying to establish a point at the time.
Mm.
The East Coast and the West Coast. They just went through I think Biggie was the last to get killed.
Mm-hmm.
So it was some acrimony, and y'all did a record together. a bi-coastal record.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me, what was your objective, the point that y'all was trying to make with that song?
I mean, first and foremost, it was after the beef and all that shit, but we had knew the Wu-Tang way before that, you know what I'm saying? So that we wasn't affected by that. We was doing shows in New York when the middle of the beef, they just show you the love we get or
Right.
got or this or that or whatever. But basically, like I said, the first single I was gonna come with, it was by myself and everything, but Snoop and them used that beat. I was like, I don't know how they, you know what I'm saying? That was
Right.
because I did my shit way before they came out with it or whatever. But like I'm just big on finishing with the people you started with, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that goes to like my whole Liquid Crew family and all them, from everybody exhibits to everybody, you know what I'm saying? I'm big on finishing with the people you started with for some reason.
Right.
So basically, I was a fan and a friend and this and that. So they hooked up the Raekwon thing, but I thought it would make a statement to just let people know that the East and the West ain't, if you ain't on that bullshit, then they just like us, but they just talk different. And, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
They real true friends and all this. And I think it went over people's heads,
Yeah.
but I think that, I still eat off that record. You know what I'm saying?
Of course. Was
So,
y'all in the studio together?
nah, not that one. We did it at the same studio, but either he had to go on tour
Yeah.
or I did.
Yeah.
So I don't remember if I heard it. No, because I had did it in the studio, and I did the whole song without nobody. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then when we thought about doing it with Raekwon, he's like, they'd be perfect for this one. Then we sent it to him with no hook
Yeah.
and a blank spot, and that's what he came with. And it just
So
worked like that.
of course it was your song, so he sent his vocals back.
He did them in the same studio I did, I think.
Right. So you got a chance to hear before they constructed the song and shit. So
Mhm.
when he goes into that rock Eddie Bauer rock Waller.
He's still confused.
Hey
I'm still confused.
Nah, he went crazy,
He snapped
man.
on it.
He went
snapped on it.
crazy. What you got the right
He be using the big
behind
words, man.
that. Like you, my man, you kept up. I hope I'm not offending you, but it was like at the time I said that Marcus Davis introduced me to the Alkaholiks.
Mhm.
I wasn't familiar with the members. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? So Rap Life was a music video that was on that shit was on MTV
Mhm.
at the time. That shit was on MTV. It wasn't just on the Rap City Countdown and shit. That shit was on MTV. So it was getting a lot of play. And again, we was familiar with who Raekwon was. So
Mhm.
we listened to a motherfucking MC from California that's just going crazy. And there's a stereotypical image that's been attached to the California MC,
Mhm.
in my opinion. When you from the East Coast, some people might look at the California MC as a nigga that's gonna have on some Dickies, some Chucks, some cornrows and shit like that. Whereas when you did Rap Life, you didn't rap like the rest of you didn't rap like MCA, you didn't rap like Ice Cube, you didn't rap like any of those guys that was out at the time and shit. You rapped like a East Coast lyricist. You know what I'm
You
saying?
can't say that because
Is that I know niggas don't be liking to
the
hear
West
that,
Coast
man.
has lyricists. Y'all just ain't
Right.
heard them, man. I'm just
Right.
trying to tell you. It's like people think LA has one sound, but there's so many different sounds. Like I could name a bunch of people right now that don't rap the typical. I mean, not typical, but they don't like you would never hear them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They've been rapping 20 years. Never mind, I ain't gonna go into it. But it's like we did that on purpose, kind of. You know what I'm saying? We wanted to just be ourselves on the mic, and we grew up on all kinds of rap. We grew up on gangster rap. We grew up on East Coast shit.
Right.
We was LL Cool J fans, like Run DMC. You know what I'm saying? So, that form was there. But they called them backpackers. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like you couldn't get on the radio. You couldn't. They wasn't really showing no backpack shit except BT Rap City.
Right.
It wasn't on MTV. Wasn't on this and that. But we was just rapping like we knew how to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we wasn't in the gang and nothing like that, so we couldn't do that shit.
After it came out, Impact. Let's talk Impact.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? What type of feedback did you get for your performance on Rap Life?
Oh, it was dope. And another thing I meant to say too is that Rap Life, the reason I did it like that with Raekwon on that beat, like a club beat kind of,
Yeah.
is because I wanted to step away from that. This is my first solo album, so if I come with a song that sound like an alcoholic song without J-Ro on it,
Yeah.
and Swift didn't do the beat, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I wanted to do something totally opposite of that, so that's why I came with, artists from the East. But then I came right back with Corrupt and Snoop and Exhibit on my next single, because I wanted to show that,
Oh, you fucking had to come with Corrupt
Yeah.
and Exhibit.
I
and
wanted to show we got
After
MCs
some
too. We
shit
got
like
MCs.
that.
We got MCs too. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
yeah.
That song did good, and I just think that my whole my solo shit took off from there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Fucking right. Fucking right. Like I had heard again about the Alkaholiks, and I had heard Tash. I had heard your name. Were you referred to as Tash Money?
Nah,
before?
a hell of people call me that though. Just
I just feel that I heard that. I just heard that. I just feel that I heard that.
Because you're from Philly. Cash Money is a DJ from Philly.
Okay.
But not Tash Money though.
All right. So how did the radio in California treat Rap Life? Did it get spins on it?
Nah, man, they didn't jump on it. I didn't understand that neither, because I knew the DJs. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it was the payola or whatever
That was a jiggy
I don't know what the fuck was going on, but I was like, damn, they even spinning their hometown hero right now. So that's why they I still kept an underground reputation, I guess.
Right.
I could still, I just kick with Sean Price a lot. All these MCs.
That record meant a lot, man. That record meant a lot. That was very high profile. I mean, like Planet Asia didn't get that opportunity. Razcast didn't get that opportunity. Like it was certain dudes that didn't get that. That was
Raz was cracking. I mean, Raz.
Nah, he was popping, but he didn't get to trade. He didn't get to do the Run DMC shit with Raekwon. Like y'all did the. Y'all was boogieing, man. My liquid crew, we made a killing. We got 3 albums, got the whole world dancing on the ceiling. You was killing that shit, man.
I appreciate you.
You was killing that shit. Like, what was that?
And I ain't done, by the way. You said it like this.
Nah, hell nah. I knew you was gonna feel like that when I kept talking about Rap Life too. That shit was just, it wasn't just a musical. It didn't have just musical impact. Y'all was wearing that shit. Y'all was rocking that shit that was out at the time. So tell me about the wardrobe. Did y'all come with shit that y'all was wearing at the time, or y'all said
I want to say Lau had a stylist or something, all that Cool G shit and all that was there.
Right.
I just liked it when I seen it. You know what I'm saying? But it was a stylist involved with the Gucci suits and all that shit. I remember I bought my own suit. I remember that.
Right.
But Raekwon was Gucci from the head to the socks or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how much that took out the budget, but we took all that shit home with us. They got the stylists at the videos and shit. But I think about it, most of that shit I wore was my own shit though. Just the Cool G shit. That's the only thing I picked out.
No doubt.
But that's what, like, let me ask you this quick. I'm gonna interview you real quick.
Let's do it.
Do you think that today, I know hip hop has fashion, right?
Mm-hmm.
But do you think that it's turning more into a fashion show than, you know what I'm saying? I know it used to be, everybody like to be fly, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I think that there's a lot of emphasis being placed on materialism, but I wouldn't call it a fashion show, because all these niggas don't be getting fresh. You know what I mean? The niggas that's getting fresh is,
what I meant was I seen a couple of these Balenciaga, all these ads. I see a couple famous artists, wearing some crazy shit. Like, it's throwing me off. I ain't gonna get into all that. I was just tripping because it seemed like if I got up and did a show and I did the exact same lyrics, you know what I'm saying, and I just got up there with a t-shirt, you know what I'm saying, it's just some Dickies, you know what I'm saying, no chains, no this, no that. And just got up there and said my shit, you would look at me a certain way. You know what I'm saying? And
because you just said Dickies. I told you the Dickies is attached to the imagery,
Right,
man.
okay,
Like you
okay.
gotta
Never mind,
take
never mind. No,
stickies
what I meant,
out.
not think, I meant no flossy shit is what I meant.
Right.
But
Dress
then if I
down.
got up there and said the same exact shit, and I was just hella Gucci'd up and this and that, you would look at me differently then. You know what I'm saying?
I think there's some it's some niggas
Even
just
though the
got
words and the lyrics and the beats is still the same.
it's some niggas just got away with just dressing down, like, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
but
KRS, Talib Kweli, some of your peers and shit, Most Def. Them niggas, Black Thought, they never did much more than, you
this is
know.
my clothes line I got on right here. Live Victorious.
Is that available?
Yeah.
Go ahead, drop the information. That's pretty wavy. We probably can
Live
get
Victorious website.
repeat it, please.
Live Victorious. www.livevictorious.com.
How long you been in the apparel business?
Really, my dude Dux introduced me to the apparel business, and I just, went in on, certain things, and he made me co-owner of the company. And
Merch?
I'm not really a big fashion dude. I am per se,
Yeah.
but like I said, we like the Black Beastie Boys and everything. It's like I like the comfort.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I just like to wear what I like to wear, and just don't let that affect the music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I like to stay fly too, though. I ain't gonna lie, but in my own way. You know what I'm
No
saying?
doubt.
I just don't want to keep up with the Joneses. Like every belt I wear ain't gotta be a Gucci belt, and you know what I'm saying? I gotta have on all this. I just think your character should speak for itself. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I think you should be able to walk in without a chain. Just walk in with your face and your name.
Powerful. That's what it is.
But that's just me.
Especially, but you got to be spitting that shit. You can't. You will never be able to get away with that. You ain't spitting that shit. Yeah, you better be spitting that shit.
Yeah.
You can get away with it spitting that shit.
That's right.
So after the Rap Life, what was that? That was a single, or that was on an album?
Yeah, I got an album called Rap Life. I got a lot of heavy hitters on there too. Everybody say, matter of fact, we can go into that in a minute, but I got a show coming out called Underrated that I'm the host of.
Mhm.
But we're gonna put the spotlight on all the underrated. It could be anything that's underrated, from athletes to singers to, of course, rappers, the taco stands,
Right.
and just all kinds of shit. But this whole trip of my career, which is 30 years and counting, I've always got that tag, underrated. You're so underrated. And I never figured out the piece to the puzzle. Why? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And, I just think that I'm getting the most love now that I've got my whole shit because, I stopped drinking 4 years ago.
Okay.
And I just want to, suggest.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. And I suggest to anybody out there with a problem, you know what I'm saying, that come on, man. We was the alcoholics for like 29 years.
So it became a problem.
Yeah, that's why I had to quit, because it was definitely affecting my life. You know what I'm saying?
The career?
Yeah. No, not my career, because that was the easy part. You know what I'm saying? It was I was just partying my life, like partying my existence away. You know what I'm saying?
Got it.
Like I said all the time, I would go to towns, we'd do a show there, and I would stay extra 3 days just having fun. You know what I'm saying? Whatever that town had to offer, I would just get drunk, bitches, this, that. You know?
Right.
But it got old, you know what I'm saying? So I cleaned up my act.
No doubt. This the way that the internet is shaped now, this is probably the opportunity that you've been waiting for. Everybody, in regards to I don't know, like when you were on Loud Records, your marketing and promotion probably fell upon Loud.
Mhm.
Now all you need is an Instagram page, .com, and it's up, and stay active. How you feel about the independence and how lucrative it has became for artists?
I mean, it's dope. I'm more from the hands-on era. You know what I'm saying? Like go to the mom and pop stores and shit like that.
They
And,
selling a lot of vinyls and shit like that now.
yeah, that's why I hear vinyls is back and this and that.
Yeah.
But I just think that it's dope. But I used to, like, we used to rap back in the days, you used to feel special. You know what I'm saying? Everybody raps now.
Yeah.
And everybody has an opportunity to get you know what I mean?
Right.
This and that. So it's a lot more. I mean, I don't even consider it competition. It's just, you got to really find your niche of who really fuck with you.
Right.
And that's the beauty of it. You know what I'm saying? You can have 1,000 fans, but as long as they loyal fans, they going to buy your shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you can put out, whatever to them, and they're going to support you, So that's the good part about it. Like I said, I haven't mastered getting to the bag yet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I made my chips.
You gotta
You
be
know.
visible and you gotta be spitting that shit.
Exactly.
I seen the music video you did with Jay Worthy. Shout out to Jay Worthy.
Yeah, shout out Jay Worthy.
So
That's
you
my boy.
currently shooting.
Yeah.
Tell me how that came together. Dope record, by the way.
Jay Worthy, I think how it go. He just called me. He just hit me up. He was like, "What's up, man? I want to get you on the track."
Yeah.
And I think I don't know if it has something to do with the 50-year hip hop or not.
Nah, I'm gonna tell you what it is. I'm
What happened?
gonna be because you seem like you in the dark about it. There's
Okay.
a new body of hip hop, and they are fueling the hip hop and the creative energy in hip hop. And it started on the East Coast, right? And they call this production that these niggas was rapping off lo-fi or some shit like that. And I don't know, I think they was explaining to me that they be rapping on music and they don't mix it or some shit like that. But
Right. I know about that.
all right, so these niggas is, I'm gonna give you their names. Hush Kingpin,
Mm,
Smooth, um, Rome Streets,
mhm.
Jamal Gasol. It's more, man. I hope I'm not, because I know Jay Worthy is one of them. Jay
Mhm.
Worthy is one of them. El Camino, uh, Knowledge the Pirate, Rock Marcy.
Mhm.
You hearing these names?
Shout out Rock Marcy. This is my
Rock, you
boy.
hearing these names now? They
Mhm.
say that Rock Marcy is 100% responsible for this. What's going on right
Mhm.
now? The
You got to include Alchemist too.
you naming these people, you've worked with these people, but I'm just telling you that your peers, they've rediscovered their dribble. They've made it where you don't have to change. You know how maybe your generation watched music turn into a few different things, auto tune, and do trends. Music went through trends,
Mhm.
and y'all might have said to yourself, "Well, what we doing ain't popping no more. It's not lucrative anymore." Y'all
Mhm.
might have thought that or embraced that idea, but it's not. That's not. You don't have to change. You can be the same Tash
Mhm.
from the 1990s because that's what they want. That sound, that lyricism
I
and all
got
of that.
something for him. I got something.
Everything that you've already been immersed in this shit. But those people that I named, they are 100% responsible for everything that's going on. You're gonna hear those names more. You're gonna hear as you continue this journey. You know what I'm saying? Coming
Mhm.
back. And I'll tell you something that they also did. It's never happened before. Griselda's a part of this shit too.
Mhm.
West Side Gun and Conway and all of those guys. And I believe they are responsible for, they the first ones that did it. I seen it for myself. They when them niggas got on, them niggas went and got a bunch of old niggas to do features with.
Mhm.
The niggas that they looked up to, or you know what I'm saying? Like in 2023, who the fuck would have thought a nigga that's in 25 wanted to go get a Coogee Rap feature?
Mhm.
But they all doing this shit now. But Griselda started it in 38 Special. Like they fucking with y'all. Like they fucking with y'all. For a nigga to want to do a record with a Cormega or a Tash,
Mhm.
and this is what's going on, my nigga. I bullshit you
And
not.
the funny part is that we fuck with them too. You know what I'm saying? Conway, shout out Chase Infinite. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We fuck with them too. Like that's the closest we gonna get to that that's that certain ingredients to go with the real shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they got that shit. I love that shit. You know?
The merchandising and everything that you see, right? Everybody got a chance to watch Westside Gun make all that goddamn money, man. Selling sweatshirts and hoodies and shit. Like a lot of this shit happened during the pandemic and shit. The pandemic brought out the best in a lot of us and shit.
Mhm.
And all of those guys that I mentioned, the opioid era, they're independent artists, and them the niggas is that's selling the vinyl. Everybody that I named to you in the last 10 minutes,
Mhm.
all of them niggas got vinyl.
Mhm.
And they selling them like a motherfucker overseas. It's a huge market overseas.
Mhm.
Seriously and shit. So you could even go back and, your old library, go make sure that them shits is vinyl accessible
Yeah.
in
That's all I
2023.
say. You read my mind. You know what I'm saying? That's already bucket list. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But we worked on that.
Besides Jay Worthy, what's something else that you've been doing currently?
Oh man, I got my hands in some cookie jars, man. I got an artist by the name of Junior Boy out of Dallas, Texas. That you might as well say I'm managing. You know what I'm saying? It just fell in my lap really, but he just dropped a song with I'm tripping right now, dude. With Roddy Ricch, dude. I'm sitting there tripping, dude. Junior Boy just dropped a record with Roddy Ricch and everything that's doing good. Shout out to Corrupt. He signed with Corrupt on Pentagon Records.
Okay.
So I've been bouncing around the country with him. I've been doing skits with my man over here, Tone and Leah. You heard Tone and Leah?
I'm a big fan of Tone. We're gonna speak more in
Yeah,
just a
yeah.
minute.
So he's schooling me on this internet game and everything. But shout out to Tone. But I got a whole bunch of shit going on. I got a Smokeaholics brand weed.
Yeah.
The Alkaholiks, we have a beer coming out January 28th. So we're throwing this big launch party downtown
Right.
LA. If you're in town, man, you gotta come through. Matter of fact, we got Evidence performing at that.
Right.
Book Evidence, King T, Alkaholiks, of course.
Do you know we still live in the greatest country in the world? All of those commodities that you mentioned, do you know that you can throw a fucking rap show and put all of that shit on a fucking table and
Yeah.
sell all of that
Yes,
shit?
and not to mention Underrated. Underrated is my TV show. I got my hands in a lot of cookie jars. And if you think about it, it all stems from the music. You know what I'm saying? It all
Right.
stems from the music. I got a new album called Wasted coming out. It's gonna be called Wasted. That's gonna get your attention. Then next to it, in a little parentheses, it's gonna say time. Wasted time. You know what I'm saying?
Got it.
But people saying since I sobered up or whatever you want to say, this is just my best work. So I look forward to seeing
Right.
what people do with it.
I see you did a Drink Champs episode. I checked it out.
Yeah.
Was there any type of pressure there with the alcohol being present?
Nah.
I seen you rapped about on Jay Worthy. You said I went to Drink Champs, nigga, and didn't take a sip. You said, "Oh, some old slick shit like that."
Yeah, nah, but the whole thing is, man, you just got to get it out the system initially. You know what I'm saying? I've been drinking for so long that it was just part of the day. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's in that, you just cut that out. And, it's going to be some parties at first. You're going to be looking around like, damn, they having fun. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But, it ain't an option for me no more. I got kids and, this and that. So it ain't, nah.
Is the Alkaholiks still a crew?
Yeah, we got to, like I said, when we drop this beer, the plan is like I don't know who did it before, but I hope it's revolutionary. We're gonna put this QR code on the back of the beer cans or bottles or cases, whatever.
Right.
And you're gonna be able to scan your phone and get our new music off of that.
Ain't that a bitch?
So
Told you,
and we making party music. So all you gotta do is buy a case and throw it on.
Right. Ain't that a bitch, man?
Yeah,
Commerce.
So I got some pictures of the whole layout, but yeah, January 28th, man, we have to fly you in for that one.
Right. I'm elated at that, man. Like I only had I think one or two jobs ever in life. I'm 47. Really probably like one or two jobs and shit.
Mm.
But thanks to this culture of hip hop and shit, I'm able to, independently make a living and shit, especially with that merchandise, the merchandising game, trying to bring it all out.
Yeah, I got a website coming. You're gonna be able to get all my shit on one website. You know what I mean? From the music to the tash trays. I'm gonna have tash trays. It's an ashtray with my face on it.
Right.
It's all that, man. It's coming. It's coming.
Is there how you feel about ageism in hip hop? I know that you addressed it on a Jay Worthy record. You said something about nifty at 50 or something
Yeah.
like that.
I
Still
just
niggas getting work.
yeah, I'm over 50 years old, and I look at it like, you know what I'm saying? Basically, man, like you know what, God put you here to do something? You know what I mean? Like, I
Absolutely.
don't feel weaker or lesser or, you know, older or nothing like that. I just like, when we get done with this, I'm gonna play you my new shit. You know what I'm saying? Then you tell
Okay.
me, you know what I'm saying? But if God give you a gift, you're supposed to use it. You know what I'm saying? So I look at it like I just make my shit now for the people that want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't trying to be the biggest pop star and all this other shit. I just want to get my hardcore and this, you know, motherfuckers that like to bump my shit, you know what I'm saying, and this and that. And like I said, I branched off in so much other shit now that the music is a part of it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I would look stupid selling clothes if music wasn't a part of the, you know what I'm saying, the brand.
Right.
So I got commercials coming out, with like hard ass commercials though, with the shit on and all this.
Let me ask you a question. Were you comfortable becoming the face of the alcoholics? Like Yuck Mouth is in a similar situation. I asked him about that. I mean,
Shout out
even though
Yuck
it's
too.
shout out to my nigga Yuck. Even though it's only two of them, but if someone, that's the general perception that you're the face of the alcoholics.
I mean, if that's what they want to say, that's cool. But I'm not. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't by choice. It's just, you know, my cousin E Swift. He the head sound manager of the hotels, the big ass concerts like Celine Dion and WrestleMania and all this shit.
Right.
So he pretty much, he got a job. Like, he the head of this shit. So he ain't just sitting around being a musician no more. You know what I'm saying?
Once niggas get straight, they like fuck the music, huh?
Right. I mean, I don't know what you call it. But then J-Roll, that's the other part. He moved to Arizona, but he just had a new baby. And he got another one on the way the day of the of the beer launch and everything. So
Okay.
he out there doing it. He just laying low, just, you know, take care of family and doing his thing. So I'm the one that's out there, you know, still yelling it. But you know, but like I said, I got a solo album coming out. So until we gonna put the Alkaholiks music on the beer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we stay doing shows, and you know what I'm saying? That don't go nowhere. Every year we stay booked. You know what I'm saying? Shit, man, it's time for a solo album. You know?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm focusing on right now. And, you know, getting this beer off the ground.
How many projects did the alcoholics do?
Including all the mixtapes and shit.
Yeah.
I never counted, but we did 7 albums recorded professionally on labels and shit.
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
Yeah, we did 7 of them.
7?
Mm-hmm.
Out of those 7, which one would you consider to be y'all Reasonable Doubt or y'all Illmatic?
I mean, you let other people tell it. The first one's always the baby. That's always the classic. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
That's always the one people gravitate to. We still eat off that album. Like,
did the first one set the bar? Was it something that y'all had to, you know?
Yeah, but even I like other albums better than that one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know, it kind of don't matter. It do, but it's kind of like they all my babies. You know what I'm saying? So even though if you got an ugly kid, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't tell them that. You know what I'm saying? But I think that our best body of work was probably Liquidation.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, as far as just like you ain't never heard no West Coast shit like this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I think it was a good thing that we sounded like we did, because that's what got us attention in LA. You know, LA is like a metropolis, so it's like it's like a rap race when it comes to hip hop. Everybody rap. You know what I'm saying?
You said you ain't never heard no West Coast shit like this. Was that, you know, when it came out?
Mm-hmm.
Was that everybody's like?
Yeah,
oh.
yeah. Because I want to say that was our demo. Yeah, that was our demo and shit. So we had played the demo for a lot of people, and they was like, "Damn, there's some shit right here. Like, this is some, like, this is some good." You know, like they was telling us what we had was different. But I think that's why everybody thought we was from New York. You know what I'm saying? We came out, everybody thought we was from New York. LA people thought we was from New York.
Right.
You know, but it was a trip. I was like, we say LA every other bar. If you really listen, like, we talking about LA shit.
Yeah, you rap. You do.
And you know, it's a trip because like 21 and over, like, that was our demo, and we went to the big studio to record it.
Yeah.
And I think we recorded it real quick, and then the rest of the shit was just like listening sessions and shit. We would just be up there, you know what I'm saying, bumping our shit on the label's dime, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
We invite all these people up, like, come in, we just turn it into a party and shit. And,
Right.
you know, that's how that went. But you can't replace the memories and shit. But that's how I think that album crossed over to the point of the East Coast.
Yeah.
That Loud saw that, so they kept us out there. That's how I got all these relationships with all these people. You know what I'm saying? Like all the boot camp cliques and all the
you fit right in there.
The beat. We got an album with the Beating Us that never came out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, and all this and shit, man.
I
so
know that was dope.
You know, the
That
East Coast been showing us love
song.
since '93.
Word.
You know.
Let me ask you about the Good Life Cafe. Is that a place where you hone some of these talents that was compared to the East Coast? Tell me about the Good Life.
I'll tell you the truth. It was like this. It was like the Good Life was a legendary ass. You know what I'm saying? But we like I said, we was running with King T. Like we never hung out up there. Like I knew all the people from there. Like my first MC partner that I was ever in a group or some shit with, was Born Allah. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And he used to frequent. He would only be the, you know what I'm saying?
You're one of the top guys.
Like one of the faces of that and everything. But I never kicked it over there because we had our own shit going on. It wasn't like a competition or nothing like that, but I was friends with everybody.
Right.
Like I've been in AC Alone house and, you know what I'm saying, crib, apartment and shit. And, you know, I knew all them and we just never really gravitated towards there.
Yeah.
But we
You
see
never
them at
performed
other
there?
shit. Nah, never. But we used to see them at other shit like Unity and United Nations and all these other clubs, and we'd be up there rapping and they be rapping and shit. So it was like, that's what we, you know, would bump into them and, you know, this and that. But super dope though, man. But that's what I meant about the LA has so many talented rappers that rap other than the typical or the stereotypical.
Right.
You just got to hear them. You know what I'm saying? All of them.
I think that the stereotypical LA rapper ain't like around no more. I think all the popular LA rappers, they not like gang affiliated or anything like that. When I say that, I'm talking about like, you know, the Kendricks and all these new guys and shit. I don't know their personal if they got any gang ties, but I'm just saying they don't represent any of that. They don't rap about any of that. They don't rap about street shit.
Nah, because everybody, you know, that's a brainwash mentality. You know what I'm saying? Like they used to tell us that like the way we rapped and everything.
Yeah.
If you listen to what we're saying the exact same shit, not gang shit, but LA shit. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's just said in a different way. You know, so it's like LA in the '90s and all that stuff. You had to be from somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like if you think about it, everybody, the first thing they did at a certain, I think Quick was the first one to say he was a blood or something like that. I don't remember the history.
He was.
But from that point on, everybody came up. If you notice, NWA straight out of Compton, Snoop Dogg, first thing he say, well, from the LBC, da-da-da-da-da, say, I'm from here, I'm from there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All we said was LA.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So if we didn't say we from some, like Inglewood or somewhere like that, it's gonna go over their head, you know? So I just think that with the sound that we developed, but really, man, we took this shit all over the world, man. Like people don't realize. That's what I want everybody. Like I ain't gonna sit here and say I'm a street nigga. You know what I'm saying? But I be in it. You know what I'm saying? I've been there. It's, you know, it's. I just don't like that title.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, I want all hustlers. You know what I'm saying? To be able to go overseas and experience some of this shit the world has to offer. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like I've been in, like Corrupt said, from Amsterdam to Japan and all that. If they see that, you know what I'm saying? It will cut a lot of shit out. You know what I'm saying?
Change you.
Yeah, it'll change. It'll look at it like it's life to live.
Right.
Outside of, you know, a couple block radius and all this shit.
Is it important to continue to feed your mind and spirit, shit like that?
Yeah.
Travel and shit like that.
Yeah,
especially
mental
international
health. I think
travel.
that mental health is everybody's talking about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think it's a way realer issue than we think. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I just think that like I said, with all the brainwashing over the years of, you know, the same cycles and shit, I really don't have a solution to a lot of shit, but I know that when I went overseas and came back, I was different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I ain't been to Africa, but they say that's where you go if you really want to come back and you want to change. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But just Japan and Spain, and all these places, man.
I went to Paris and I went to London. Paris is, but London, I went to Brixton and shit, South
Yeah,
London.
me too.
Yeah, that shit was dope.
Yes.
I liked that shit.
Yeah, and I like that little TV show they got too. They got a TV show about the.
Oh, they shows dope. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Yeah, I really
But
enjoy.
that's what I mean by just seeing some other shit. You know what I'm saying? It'll make you want shit.
Right. Were you surprised at the markets that you guys had devout fans during your travels?
Were we surprised about it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we never.
Like, say if you get to fucking, I don't know, Poland or some old crazy shit, Switzerland, and they're bugging out, reciting your lyrics. Places where people
Yeah.
don't even speak English, but they know your lyrics and shit.
I said it in the rap the other day. I don't even remember the lyric, but in the lyrics, I was saying that as a little kid, I used to dream about being the person that I am now. You know what I'm saying? That makes sense?
Explain.
No, when I was a little kid, I wanted to be a fly, rich rapper with da-da-da-da-da, doing concerts and da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
And I look up and I say, damn, I was dreaming about being me.
Oh, that's what's up.
You get it?
Deja vu.
Yeah, like,
Shit.
but
Hell yeah.
it took a lot of hard work to, get to this way, even where I'm at. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm doing the show Underrated to bring the spotlight on underratedness of certain shit. But it started with me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if you I think somebody leaked it on the internet, but I got this shit called Publicity Stunt. It was a album with all my features.
Okay.
And I did everything from Pharrell to Kid Rock to Busta Rhymes to ODB to Raekwon, all these different superstars. You know what I'm saying? But in the media world of rap music, I don't never get mentioned. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like I'm bitter about the shit or nothing like that. But it's like my time is ticking. You know what I'm saying? And the older I get, it's like, I'm like, damn, like just like that 50-year-old, the 50-year Grammy celebration is supposed to be on tonight.
Yeah.
I looked at it and I said, God damn, I got a song with every single motherfucker that they showed on the commercial. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
From everybody. You know what I'm saying? And we don't never get mentioned in that shit. And I don't know if that got the name, the Alkaholiks.
Do you feel that y'all didn't make the actual song?
Which one?
What I mean by that, like if they have a 50 years of hip hop performance, most of those people that perform have a signature song that they like internationally known for, like Yuck Mouth. You know what the song is gonna be.
Right, 5-1.
So the alcohol, is that the problem, that the Alkaholiks never came with that home run?
Yeah, that's a big, yeah. I mean, it's when you look at it, but if you really think about it, put it this way, like the song Make Room, right?
Yeah.
Billboard magazine just had a top 100 list of hip hop songs ever or some shit. It was number 94. So that means somebody paid attention.
Yeah.
But I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, couldn't tell you what it is, but I just think that at the time we wasn't hard enough for the, you know what I'm saying, the California image at the time.
Yeah. I just said that at the beginning of this, that people had a image,
right,
that they had in
I
their
thought
mind.
You was drunk.
Nah, they had an actual image of what a California MC, I guess, was supposed to look like, and
we was none of the above. We wore dickies and shit. You know what I'm saying? But we wore that off camera. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Cause I think it's when I go to the crib, when I go to LA, I get so much love that I don't notice the love that I don't get. Cause every time I go, we doing some big shit. And we on Big Boy in the radio and we over here doing it, you know what I'm saying? And all this. So it's like, I don't, it took a lot of people to tell me that I'm underrated for me to come with the show. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even think about it. I was like, you're right. You know what I'm saying? I was like, you're right.
Right. Gotta continue to.
I'm just saying my piece though. I ain't bragging. I'm just, I just want a legacy for my kids to look up to.
Right. You are you prepared to fertilize that legacy? Because you said you still got something in the chamber. You ready to get busy? You ready to add to that?
Hell no, don't ask me to rap. I'm high as shit right now, man. Don't do that. Don't do that. I knew you setting me up for that. But don't put me. They gotta edit this out. Edit it out.
I mean,
we was
because
smoking,
you essentially what you're saying right now is that you want the recognition, you want your fucking props and shit. But I'm telling you,
I'm gonna get it though. But
right now, this moment now, there's nothing like the present moment. Are you ready to go in there and, you know what I'm saying, perform?
You talking about right this second?
Man, this era, this generation, 2023, 2024. Like when Coogee Rap's moment came again.
Yeah, but you ain't gotta say all that. I'm just high as fuck, and I didn't know you was gonna put me on blast like that. But
oh man, this is Gully TV. They are expecting me to ask you certain questions. So I'm glad that you know we got a chance to sit down tonight and I can ask you this. But are you prepared, man? Are you ready? Because some guys, when their moment came again,
yeah,
they couldn't keep up. They
ain't
couldn't.
about proving myself to nobody. I got 30 years of proof, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? But if you want me to kick a rap, I kick a rap though. But this ain't.
Nah, you don't have to go that far, but I'll take it.
Oh, I thought this was just getting that.
Oh nah,
I thought you was talking about freestyling right now.
Nah, not that. But just this generation, this internet era. Are you ready? Are you feel that you know what I'm saying? Are you ready to compete?
Yes, but my whole thing is this. What I want to do with my whole shit is build a cult following. You know what I'm saying? So the dude, the 19-year-old with the booty song and shit, that ain't really my competition. You know what I'm saying? My competition is I better be better tomorrow than I was yesterday. You know what I'm saying?
Talk heavy.
So my competition is myself.
Talk heavy.
And if I get out the bed lazy and don't get up ready to, you know, like I said, I got my hands in a lot of cookie jars and it all stem from the music. So I'm not gonna let you down on my end. You know what I'm saying? I need people to support.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
you know,
and it's a blessing.
My brother called
me out of nowhere.
He
called me out of nowhere to do this, but that's what I'm saying about one hand wash the other one. You know what I'm saying? This gonna bring some new people that never heard of the Alkaholiks or Tash or none of that before. And this is, you know, I've been watching you for years though. You know what I'm saying?
That's incredible. That's
so, you know, we come together like, you know what's.
Okay, so what is it, the fourth quarter, 2024? What can these people expect from you?
Well, shoot, 2024, we're gonna start off with a bang on we're doing the beer competition. I mean, not the beer competition, I'm tripping. We're launching a beer on the 28th of January. They were supposed to be doing a Super Bowl after party for the Super Bowl. Is that before that or after that?
That's crazy. Out here?
Yeah, Super Bowl's out here. Yeah. So we're doing that. And then the Far Side's people called and everything. I think we're gonna hit the road with the Far Side overseas starting in March. They sent me the schedule and everything. So other than that, just running, like I said, I got the Smokeaholics weed on deck. You know what I'm saying? I'm just getting my feet wet with really learning this internet shit.
Yeah.
So if anybody want to follow me, it's Tash _of_ the Alkaholiks.
Right.
ALKHOLIKS.
There's 3 requirements to dominate this internet shit.
What's up?
Consistency.
Okay.
Stay fresh.
Mm-hmm.
Stay in the gym.
Stay in the gym.
Yeah, you do those 3 things, you'll be looking better than the rest of these niggas.
Okay, well I'm in my 50s, so I hope but the other thing I can't say this. I walk at least 3 miles a day every day. I go to the track right next to my house and get it in.
No doubt. How long have you been in sobriety?
It'll be 4 years coming up in March. And I appreciate everybody that just, you know, shake my hand and be my friend and, you know, tell me good job and everything. You know, to anybody that in my past that I have done some dumb shit to, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I apologize again. I can't think of nothing off the top of the head, but yeah, man, it's been good, man. A lot of good shit been happening. I encourage anybody to follow in my footsteps.
Tell my viewers where they can find you at online. We're going to get up out of here. I appreciate your time again. This was an incredible experience, man. I got my shit off. That rap life shit.
Hey, man.
That shit, I had that shit on my chest a long time.
I'm going to call Raekwon tonight and tell him.
These niggas really fucking put Dayton's on a fucking tractor. Like, this some special effects shit. And you sitting here telling me that y'all really did that shit.
Yeah, shit fit. That's crazy. But you can check me, like I said, man. Check me out on IG, man, at Tash of the Alkaholiks. You gotta put Tash and the underscore. For some reason, that's how it is. And like I said, anything that you see on my IG and everything, that's pretty much what I got up next. You know what I'm saying? We're in Vegas and everything. Shout out Antonio Pierce, the head coach of the Raiders. That's the homie and shit. And just, I feel blessed, man. So, I'm gonna leave it at that.
Appreciate you, man. I just have to add this before we get up out of here. You was really about to give me some bars, man. I like that. You was prepared to iron some shit out up in this motherfucker.
I'm about to start yelling about this.
You was so cold.
I was like, dude, this nigga asked me to yell in the middle of this shit. Okay. I only got one mode. Let's go.
But tune in to me, you watching Gully TV. Tash, it's been a pleasure. I'm up out of here, man.
Hey, man. Thank you, sir. Continue success in all your endeavors.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Quan. I appreciate you for having me, G. All right.